Welcome to the room where we're going to talk about self-help and pain relief using reflexology and touchology.
Hi, Angelica. How are you?
I'm doing great, Anitra. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. So, I was joining you today because I wanted to know more about what reflexology is and what touchology is and what is the difference. So, we'll just start with the first thing. Can you tell me what is reflexology?
My favorite topic, reflexology. Okay, reflexology is the art and science of working specific points and pressure point areas that are found on the feet, hands, and ears via the nerve endings. So if you ever look at a chart of the anatomy, and you'll see how the nerve endings begin in your head and run straight through your body, ending in your hands and feet that connects to the whole body. So that's what reflexology is. We activate the nerve endings to send a message to the brain to relieve the areas of pain and stress.
Okay, so then what is touchology?
Touchology is the holistic healing practice that relates to the cultural tradition of touch. It's the healing art of touch. It's how we use touch to heal ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, and even financially. It covers all of our stress point areas using the power of touch. That heals all.
So, okay, Angelica. So you told me what reflexology and touchology is, but how do you know all of this stuff that you just shared with me? What is it, your expertise that allows you to share this information?
Okay, let's start where I first started. I started setting up my practice with reflexology and working on clients using reflexology to relieve pain and stress. That was the first point. Then I moved into people wanting to know how to do reflexology. So that led to moving to being able to teach. And I did introductory courses in teaching basic techniques on how to use reflexology to relieve pain and stress. And touchology is something that has happened since the pandemic in terms of people go to the doctor because they are in pain. And so because of all of my years working with reflexology as a pain relief, I incorporated what I call relieving pain first, using the power of touch. And so that where touchology came in from the standpoint that what people don't know is in order for the body to heal itself, it must be in a state of rest and relaxation, regardless of what treatment you use. And that is a form of touch.
How long have you been doing this, Angelica?
Oh, well, I have under my belt, I got 40 plus years in terms of teaching and providing reflexology services. So I've been around for a while.
Yes, and I remember you have a book, because you said you've been around for 40 years at a minimum, which is great because you look beautiful.
Thank you, dear.
Um, you have a book. Can you tell us a little bit about your book and how it kind of mirrors or incorporates with what you do?
Thank you. I love that question because of all of the years that I was practicing reflexology, I always felt that at least one member in a family should know how to use some basic reflexology techniques to relieve pain. And the book came as a result of that, which is called Reflexology Today, a Family Affair. And it incorporates where we're talking about using touch. And the touch technique is reflexology, which is a part of our cultural tradition as healers. The thing that people don't realize is that everybody has done reflexology and they don't know that they have done it. And the example that I shared to show you is that if you remember a little thing called This Little Piggy, and if you remember this little piggy, and it was always done on your toes when you were a little baby, or you did it to your loved ones. And one of the things that would always happen, the child would get calm and get relaxed because you had just activated the nerve endings in their toes, which is connected to their head, that causes them to relax. And that's what the book came about, to show us that we already know. And I put together techniques for specific health problems in terms of how you can go straight to that reflex point and relieve the pain. And I say it as an emergency technique. This is your first aid book for relieving pain.
That is so, so good. So one more question that came about, because we all have a story. So why did you get into reflexology and touchology?
Okay, why did I get into it? That's a question that my upbringing, I grew up on home remedies. So like, it was a natural approach. And back when I was growing up, your doctor kind of lived in your community and they did home visits. And so as a child, I'm looking at this doctor doing home visits. I said, oh, wow, when I grow up, that's what I want to do. I want to be a healer. And to me, I saw the doctor as being a healer because I grew up with home remedies, and home remedies always heal. And so what really happened was, when you go through the whole education process as it relates to that, when I got to school and was getting ready to go through the medical training program, I said, oh no, this will not work for me because they're not doing what I thought doctors were supposed to do. So I wound up changing careers, and then I went into social work. But all through that, I still had that calling and that urging because I wanted to be a healer. And so as a result of that, time kind of caught up with what I wanted to do. And then the alternative therapies came on the scene. And then I went back to school and got training in naturopathic healthcare. And I needed to add a service to my practice. And that service became reflexology. And it's a long story behind that because I dealt with a lot of healers at that time when I was going through my growth and development. And the one thing they said is, you need to find something that you can do with your hands. And I didn't like massage school. That wasn't the answer. But I loved reflexology. And that's how reflexology became a part, was the first hands-on service that I added to my naturopathic practice.
Perfect. So thank you for sharing all your information with us today. That's really all that I have for you. Is there anything else that you want to share?
All I could say is I will leave with my favorite closing. The power of touch heals all. And we need to make sure that we incorporate the power of touch in some form of fashion every day in our lives.
You can click the recording. Okay. Angelica, you gave me so much great information. Is there anything else you would like to share with me that will help me to stay connected to you?
Thank you for asking that. What's important is there is so much information on reflexology, and what I will be doing in upcoming episodes here on the channel is sharing information on how to incorporate the power of touch and reflexology and help you understand and get connected to touchology and reflexology which is the power of touch that heals all. Make sure you connect with me.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. And Jadika, you gave me so much great information. Is there anything else you would like to share with me that will help me to stay connected to you?
Thank you for asking that. What's important is there is so much information on reflexology, and what I will be doing in upcoming episodes here on the channel is sharing information on how to incorporate the power of touch and reflexology and help you understand and get connected to touchology and reflexology, which is the power of touch that heals all. Make sure you connect with me.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, and Jadika, so tell me how I could use touchology right now today. If I were walking on the street or anything like that, can you give me an example of how I could use touchology?
I'm going to share something, and that's an excellent question because touchology, as I stated, is the art of using the power of touch that you have in your hands. So, what's the best place to start using touchology and reflexology together than starting with your hands? Whenever you are feeling stress about anything, you know, the first thing you want to do is what? Take a deep breath and breathe. So that kind of soothes the body. Then you see the palm of your hand here? Then you can just take your thumb and just start walking across the palm of your hand, which activates every nerve ending in the body from head to toe, and it brings relaxation. And then on the back of your hand, you take your 4 fingers and you're doing that same kind of motion. This is the first step to relaxation. And that's what you want to do. No matter what pain you may be feeling, just remember to grab your hand. Start walking with your 4 fingers on the back of your hand and your thumb on the palm of your hand. And it doesn't matter which direction, just you want to walk. And then you'll start feeling as you're breathing, you're slowing that hyper energy down. You're also taking your mind off of the area that's in pain. So then the nerve endings can go straight to that area and start relieving. Very basic.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my dear.
And kind of get started.
I have something real exciting for you right now. This right here is for people who may be experiencing being nervous or have some type of anxiety, and you start doing your hands like this. And when you do that, do you know that you can still use that to calm yourself down? And let me show you how. On the back of your hand, you're going to take your 4 fingers and you're going to just go up and down. Say from the baby finger all the way up to the thumb and moving all the way across to the base of your fingers. And on the palm of your hand, you're going to be taking your thumb, walking from the wrist, going up to the thumb and moving across all the way to the base of your fingers. Just doing that sends a message for relaxation. You'll start calming down. This is for if you have any type of nervousness or anxiety, or this is what you want to use to calm yourself down. And when you're calm, then what are you able to do? Think and function so much better. Connect with me next time for another new treat for you and another new tip on using The power of touchology and reflexology.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. That was awesome.